That is a seatbelt. That is us getting ready to go for a drive. Where is my phone? In my pocket. We are live. Everybody, welcome to Driving Live Australia. We are about to head out. We're just sitting at the airport at Brisbane. I'm joined today. My name's Sarge, and I'm joined today by Nina behind the wheel. So Nina's driving.
Hello, everyone.
But you sound good. You sound way better than our test last night. So, all right. We are about to head out. Nina, would you like to take us up to the Sunshine Coast? Right. We will pick which way we go once we get out onto the highway. So welcome to Driving Live Australia. If you've not seen us before, we are a driving channel. We live stream and drive, and we talk. We talk all things road rules, driver etiquette, and motoring culture. And I am going to put up our backward-facing camera as well. So just a bit of background. I've been working on this channel for a while after watching some plane spotting channels, and I thought we could take this on the road. And then I met Nina, and she thought the same thing.
Yeah.
She thought we can take this on the road. So Nina's driving one of my cars. It is a Volkswagen EOS convertible, but we're not going to convert the top today. So Nina is wearing a Rode headset with a boom mic, and it's working very well. So we're going to want the second lane that says, second lane. It says Sunshine Coast, because that's where we're going. We've already got a Havel changing lanes across a solid white line. Loud four-wheel drive tyres on the Ranger. So Nina, I'm just going to get you to hit the reset button on the trip meter, which is the right-hand button on the dashboard. It says set. Press and hold. Yep, beautiful. Trip meter has been set. We've just filled up. We plan on driving for a few hours, so and hopefully we get some people online so that we can have a bit of an online chat. Everything is looking good so far. We are around the Toombul area. Just keen to see if our region changes on the weather at the bottom of the screen. So Nina hasn't really driven these roads very much, and this car is new to her. We did some practice yesterday in the Volkswagen. She's used to driving a Hilux, the two-wheel drive, dual cab, Hilux. Tell us about your car, Nina. Oh, I did drive. You did let me drive it. Yeah, that was fun. It's a cool car. So is this, let's be honest. So just to give you some background, today is Sunday. I'm actually going to get Nina, because Nina's driving, she's actually got all of the controls to the windows. So I'm going to get her to wind up the two back windows. So she's going to do that for me. Yep, so they're up. Her window's already shut, and now I've got control of my window. A little bit less wind noise now. So the reason why I've started Driving Live Australia, for a few reasons. One is I've gone around and asked a lot of people about road rules, driver etiquette, motoring culture, mostly at car meets and motorcycle meets. And what I've found is that about 80% of people don't know 80% of the road rules. And so I thought, why not start a road safety channel teaching road rules, driver etiquette, and motoring culture? and try to help make the road a better place, because there seems to be a lot of crazy people out there on the roads. And we are no doubt going to capture some crazy driving on the road. Yeah, yes. So Nina just said, "Oh, should I change it to the left lane?" I gave her a thumbs up. That's right. So Nina's not very used to talking, so she's concentrating on the road so much she forgets that she's got a mouth. Thing is, your microphone sounds amazing, very smart. I don't think so, because it sounds a bit distant. I'll try and do it like this, maybe. So anyway, I'm using the Rode wireless mic. I shall be wearing headphones and boom mic as soon as the XLR plus adapters come in. People that are a bit tech minded. Speaking of tech minded people, happy May the 4th be with you. Today is May the 4th, 2025. It is also Magic Round at Suncorp Stadium, so we've got like so many rugby league fans in the city at the moment. All 8 rugby league games played at Suncorp Stadium, 2 on Friday night, 3 yesterday, and 3 today. So we're just watching this Ford Territory tailgating the Mazda 3. It is quite close, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think what sort of? Well, let's talk about tailgating. That's a good one to start with. How far behind the car in front should you be following? Two. Well, that was 2 car spaces. Oh no, it's not 2 car spaces. See how close this Mazda is to the Nissan in front of it. That's about 3 car spaces. You think they should be closer? No. So I don't measure it in distance. I measure it in time, because it depends on how fast you're going. So if you're doing 60 kilometers an hour, the distance and for me it's 2 seconds in the dry and 3 seconds in the wet. Because obviously in the wet you've got less grip, so you need more stopping distance. So tailgating, I'd consider tailgating as being too close to the car in front of you, that if they braked for an emergency and you hit them, you were too close. So I reckon that Ford Territory before was definitely way too close. A really good way to do it would be, we look at the car ahead of us. We've got a Nissan X-Trail in the middle lane. As it hits where this sign is, we can count. So as it passes the sign there, we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're like 4 seconds behind that car. So we could be twice as close to that car at the posted speed here, which is 100, and you'd be okay. That would be your closest. Lots of Nissan X-Trails. Oh, we've got the little religious fish. Wonder if that makes them a better driver because they have God on their side. You never know. Right. So tailgating's a big one. That's one of the top 5 issues that people have on the road. Is one of them's tailgating. What would some other ones be, Nina? Slow drivers. What's a slow driver? That's true, but I will also agree that they're in the left lane, so at least they're going slow in the left lane. What do we mean by slow? What speed are we doing? 100 on the speedo, or 100 on the GPS? Well, we've worked out that this car is 5 to 6 kilometers slower. So if it's reading 100, then we're doing like 94, 95. And that car is definitely probably sitting on about 92. Probably. There's a good chance that their speedo is reading 100, and that maybe they've got worn tyres, maybe they don't have the right tyre pressure. which low tire pressure gives you a misreading. It looked like it had standard wheels and tires, although, you know, however long a car is, it's going to have obviously not the factory set of tires, but you'd like to think they replace them with the correct size. But yeah, different size wheels and tires makes a difference. I've been fortunate enough sometimes to change my wheel and side tires on some of my cars to then equal the exact speed that the speedo reads exact the same as GPS.
So you're saying
Okay, so if you were to go, say, from a set of 17-inch wheels to a set of 20s, the series of tires in the sidewall height of the tire is written in a series, which is a percentage of the width. So, for instance, if you went wider tires, you want to go a lower percentage of the width. So, if you go from 17s with a sidewall profile of like 45 series, which is 45% of the width of the tire, and you go to a 20-inch, you might only want a 30 series tire, which is 30% of the width of the tire, because the wheel being 3 inches bigger means that from the axle to the ground, it's 1.5 inches. So you want to try and take that 1.5 inches out of the sidewall. So to go from like a 45 series tire to a 30 would go close to taking out that sidewall. So Nina doesn't drive here very often, but I can say you want to get ready to make a lane change. But we're going to talk about merging now. So we're going to go from 3 lanes to 2. My thing is, there's an actual merge point coming up where the line goes from dash, dash, dash to dot, 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 dot. So she's indicated, and now we're actually merging at the merge point. That is the place where you should merge. And if everyone was to merge at the merge point and merge in turn, merge like a zip, traffic would flow so much better. Traffic would, because you can read the traffic, you can see someone's going to have to merge, you can give them the time and the space, and traffic would be less inclined to slow down and cause a phantom traffic jam. Phantom traffic jams, that's a good one. All right, we are in a 90 zone. A friend of mine, Veronica, doesn't believe 90 zones exist, but here we go. We're driving along a 90 zone right now. So that went to 90 when it merged from 3 to 2. It's 90 through here. Obviously, traffic engineers have deemed it a little bit unsafe to have 100 k's an hour through here. So, and now it's 100 again. So there you go. And have the van drop in behind us. Yeah, and that's the thing. You've got so many different people on the road with so many different driving attitudes. You've got defensive drivers, you've got offensive drivers, we've got a lot of immigrants in Australia, obviously being a very multicultural nation that didn't grow up driving in Australia, didn't grow up learning through osmosis what our parents did, because what their parents did was from another country. And so they learn a different culture and learn to drive differently. So Nina, you were talking about your Lolux before. You're saying you've had it for 8 years? Why? I know. What's Suzuki? Swifty. And what else? Is it chewed a lot of fuel? So would it have been an A something? Like an A3 or an A4? Right, so we've just come off the Gateway arterial, and then we're merging onto the Bruce Highway, north of Brisbane, And we've got 4 lanes at the moment, but the first lane will turn into Dolly's Rocks Road. So if we're going north to the sunny coast, we are going to want to not take Dolly's Rocks Road. But you know what I reckon? I reckon we take Dolly's Rocks Road. We might not go up the highway. We might go up the back way. We've got a couple of hours to fill. So let's go scenic route. We're going to go past your neck of the woods. I think we go Dolly's Rocks Road onto the back way to Oakey Flat Road, past Lakeside Raceway. Yeah. Past Lakeside Raceway. I mean, this is a driving channel after all. Why wouldn't we incorporate a racetrack? Don't know what's on at Lakeside today. I mean, I could check, but I'm too busy enjoying the drive. So let's take Dolly's Rocks Road, turn left onto Dolly's Rocks Road, and up, and it will take us straight through to Lakeside. Let's turn into Lakeside and see if there's anything on. If there's something on, okay, then they're not okay. That driver's a bit. It is. He's a little aggressive. The other thing to note is, it was last night the first time we drove this car. So Nina drove this car for the first time last night. Nina has never driven a car with paddle shifters before. So once she's a little bit more comfortable, we might play with some paddles. We might witness Nina's first paddle in the paddle shift. Now, she's already a good manual driver. She proved that to me when I said, take me for a drive in your Lolux. And yeah, I was super impressed with your driving skills.
Females about it.
Why be sexist about it? Oh, not everyone. Look,
Okay,
no, some people. Yep. So, there's a lot of terrible male drivers out there too. I've never seen your dad drive, but I don't think he'd be that good. I mean, he drives a Commodore. Well, he has a Commodore. He has got an SS Commodore. Yeah, the VET. No, VE. Sorry, VE. Oh, look, there's a picture of Peter Dutton up on the billboard. So something else that happened last night. Peter Dutton lost the election. He's not going to be Prime Minister of Australia. Anthony Albanese won that one. Yeah. So Australia's going to stay a little woke for a little longer. When I say a little, I mean a little too much. But that's just my opinion. Well, I don't think it's just my opinion. I think it's an opinion of a lot of people. So pulling up behind other cars, can you see the front tyres of the car in front of you? So back tyres, sorry, my back tyres. Yeah, no, corrected me perfectly. So looking over the steering wheel, over the dashboard, and over the bonnet, you can just see where the tyres meet the ground on the car in front of you.
But I have got the seat all the way up because I am.
Jeez, what are you, 5'2"?
Yeah.
We know good things come in small packages. So I totally agree. You want to pull up approximately that distance from the vehicle in front of you where you can see where their tyres meet the ground. I can't tell you how many times I see people pulling up so much further back, like 3, 4, 5, 6 car lengths back. My issue, and not just me, but lots of other drivers' issues with that, is that if everyone was to do that, you wouldn't get half the amount of cars through a change of lights. It's quite a selfish way of driving, I think. And if everyone just pulled up at the correct distance from the car in front, you'd get a lot more traffic through traffic lights. You'd get a lot less gridlock, a lot less peak hour traffic. Peak hour traffic wouldn't go for as long. And the other thing along with that is people who pull up short of the car in front of them And then whilst the light is still red, they'll move up. They'll start creeping up, and it's like, why? Like, it's still a red light. What that does, as Nina tries to avoid manhole covers, is I know people aren't concentrating on the road, and then they'll see the car in front of them in their peripheral, like, move forward, and then they think, oh, it's time to go. So many accidents happen, so many rear end accidents happen because the car in front moves forward like a meter or two, and then the next car not paying attention. Maybe they're on their phone, maybe they're changing the radio station, whatever they're doing. Maybe they're having a chat with their mum on the phone, hands free, that's fine, but they're distracted, and then they sort of think, oh, the car in front of me is moving off, and then they move off, and then bang. I mean, you just watch Dashcams Australia. Dashcams Australia will have plenty. You see it all the time out the rear view mirror. Speaking of rear view, let's look at that. Looking out the rear now. So we're forming one lane. So, well, I don't believe this is form one lane. I believe this is left lane ends because we've got the dotted lines here, which means we need to make a lane change and merge into the right lane. And Nina indicated, as you do. But that there isn't form one lane. Form one lane won't have those dots, and it will be merge in turn or merge like a zip, not give way to the right. So I think there's a lot of places, and we'll pick it out. There's a lot of places where the council or the Rain Roads has actually ground away the dotted lines to turn a left lane ends into a form one lane. Well, here's the discussion. What you did just then was correct because you made a lane change and you merged into the right lane. You gave way to the vehicle, any vehicles on your right, or as we go back to the front, and it's going to stay in this lane and go straight across, past the water tower at Kalinga, and that's all right. And we're cruising through, and that was a perfect amber light. There was no accelerating through. The light turned amber, and you were committed to crossing that crossing. So that was perfect. And she may have even had a quick glance in the rearview mirror to see if there was any vehicles behind her as well. I know I do. If I think, oh, I could stop at this light, but maybe the car or truck behind me can't. Yep. 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 Exactly. Yeah. So when it's form one lane, there is no need to indicate because you're not changing lanes. You are just going from say the left-hand lane or the right-hand lane into a single lane. So there's no requirement to indicate. If there was a requirement to indicate, as in you will still see a lot of cars when it's form one lane and there's no dots to change lanes, you're literally just going from two lanes to one. You still see a lot of cars indicating their right-hand indicator to as if they're making a lane change. Now, if that was the case, wouldn't you expect all of the cars in the right lane to also put their left indicator on to change into that lane?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in Canberra, they do that. We discussed this last night. In Canberra, you'll have roundabouts that go from two lanes, like you'll come off a roundabout, it'll go from two lanes to one lane and then merge onto a main road. And where it says it even says it. I was there a couple of months ago. It will say like merge in turn but almost everyone in Canberra will indicate both left and right that they're going into that one lane. Absolutely. Like you just hardly see it in Queensland. Hardly see it. So we've got someone. William. William is saying, oh my God. What am I watching? You're watching a live stream, William. Looks a little bit glitch. So William's saying, you are what? What is Freon? I don't know Freon is. But whereabouts are you from, William? Yeah, no, we're just going for a drive. It's a Sunday drive. We're going from Brisbane up to the Sunshine Coast. You're here in Queensland, Australia. Yeah, Manchester, over in the UK. Nice. Yeah. No, we're just going for a drive on a Sunday. It's a long weekend here, so we've got tomorrow off as well. But we're just going for a drive up the back roads. We're actually about to just drop into Lakeside Raceway, which is an old school, small little racetrack that our V8 race cars used to race on back in the day. It's still used for some driver training and some track days. We like driving, mate. We like driving. So yeah, we're going to turn in. This is when I think Nina. This is when I need a my moderator. We need Red to jump on. He worked till early hours in the morning. So we're just passing Lakeside Golf Course, heading towards Lakeside International Raceway. Funnily enough, it is next to a lake. So that is true. That is true. But we'll see. We'll go up to the gate. If the gate's shut, we'll turn around and go back out. So interesting. The gate is looking shut. It doesn't look like there's much here at Lakeside. So we can just do a U-turn here. No, the racetrack is very quiet today. So that's the front gate to Lakeside. Very quiet today, so not much on here. You're right. You got plenty of room. Look at that. Oh, look, there's another picture of Peter Dutton just in front of us. Hate to say it, mate, but you lost. I think he might have even lost his own seat in Dixon, which is where I voted. Well, I mean, I guess he can enjoy the rest of the long weekend first, and then pack up his office. Pack up his office. So there's a few golfers out playing golf on a Sunday. Actually, a lot. I mean, it's a beautiful day for it. We have had a bit of rain here in Brisbane. We have had it kind of comes and goes. Just it'll dump a bucket load of rain, and then it'll clear up like this. I'm going to give us a little bit more aircon though. That's better. Point those vents towards me. Hopefully, we can't really hear that on the live stream. So, Michael Blaine. So today is not a normal Sunday. So Michael's at Westfield Chermside. Well, I was just there earlier, Michael. I actually went and got an Optisim. So what are you saying? It's like Christmas Eve. And what was that? The old everywhere. And that's covered. Okay, so Michael, Nina and I actually bumped into Westfield at around about 9 o'clock, 9:30. Had some breakfast, and I'll give table 26 a bit of a plug because every time I go there, they know they make an awesome breakfast and coffee. Yeah, they are lovely. So, and Michael's been there a few times. I know he has, or at least once or twice. So it wasn't very busy when I was there. William saying, "Please don't crash. Why you drive so slow?" Yeah. So we're not driving slow. We're driving to the posted speed. It might look slow, but we're doing I think you guys in the UK, when it says 60 on your sign, that's 60 miles an hour. Is that correct? 60 here is 60 kilometers an hour. So We'll get on the motorway later today as we head back to Brisbane. Hopefully, being a long weekend, it won't be so busy on the drive back. Hopefully. Oh, Veronica's saying great driving. Veronica, if you look back on this stream, you'll see 90 zone. We drove through a 90 zone earlier, just for you. So yeah, so now I know who that is. Adam, Veronica Adam. Yeah, isn't it funny when people share their YouTube accounts together like that? They make a Bradgelina name out of it. So, but yes, and Veronica and Adam are actually very good drivers. I've met them on Thunderbolt Run, where we drive cool cars and raise money for some cool charities. We'll be raising money for Beyond Blue this year on the Thunderbolt Run, and the plan is to live stream like this from the Thunderbolt Run. Now, I do need to ask the boss some permission. Tell you what, every time we hit bumps, I can hear some wires crackling. Yeah. Yeah, this road's a bit crap. I mean, they're visually, they're nice roads to drive. But the road surface itself is a little bit crappy. And this is what we have to deal with in Australia, William. Straight, Oaky Flat Road. Error. Yeah, it's coming up with the crappy reception again. It's such a rough road. Hasn't. Well, it could be just crap for both. Well, the fact that our antenna is not outside of the car today doesn't help. It's on the back parcel shelf because we are in a car that has an aluminium roof. So yeah, definitely. Oh, there is a pink Commodore wagon. That's actually really nice for a pink car. So we will we'll come back another day and try the sausages, shall we? So what else? Yeah, our roads are a bit crap. Like you can just see it, all the cracking and all the undulations, all the bumps. Is that Haydos? Haydos is in front of us. So his name's probably Hayden in the is that a VZ Commodore? Oh yeah, the quality rear bubbly windscreen tint does make it hard to get out, like to look out the back window for sure. So we're making our way to Oaky Flat Road, which is going to take us through to Morayfield and Caboolture. Keen to bypass Caboolture. I grew up there, and I really don't like the place. Put it this way, if I didn't move out, I'll probably be in jail. Well, nah, I'll probably be out of jail by now. I would have served my 20. So, but yeah, Caboolture's known for a lot of crime. A lot of, I'd say one of the biggest ones would be, what do you call it? The doll. A lot of people there like to take money off the government that they don't deserve. That dog. I thought I had a dog. I mean, I think there was a girl walking a dog before, but I was going to say to him, well, maybe it was a bigger dog that was barking at that dog, but I definitely heard a dog. Yeah, so like we'll skirt around Caboolture. I like that scooter rider had a wicked helmet. That was like almost May the Fourth be with you, Darth Vader helmet. So should send Red a text to say wake up. But as far as I'm aware, he worked until 5 o'clock this morning, and so he'd be sleeping. So unfortunately, Red can't be with us today to come for a drive, but he will be in the future. He did work late last night. We might go for a drive tomorrow, and then see what maybe Nina can be back behind the iPhone driving the. Oh, what's your phone? Samsung. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could be a ride along. You could be a ride along. You could be like our first ride along, like a practice ride along. So with this channel, we're going to have a ride along seat. So the back right passenger seat. Oh, look, half the sign's missing, so you can't see where you need to go, but you know where we're going. Yeah, so right here, left at the roundabout. It's a little chicane. It's a chicane with a stop sign and a give way sign. So a part of what we're going to do is have a ride along seat. We're going to be able to interview people whilst we're driving. I've lined up some pretty cool people. There's a V8 supercar driver that's shown interest. There's a few personalities on YouTube. And I'm happy to just chuck the everyday driver, even sometimes non-drivers, just to compare the difference between the way people drive. I like to break people down into two groups that use the road. There's commuters that use their vehicle to get from point A to point B. Plenty of those on the road. And I also like to refer to those that use their car for pleasure as driving enthusiasts, motoring enthusiasts. So Michael's got a quick question. Can I ask a quick mechanical question? You can throw it in there. Michael's going to keen to hear what he's got to ask. I wonder if it's going to be too hard that I can't answer. He's taking his time. Maybe it's a long question. Sandbags. There's still sand. There's half a pile of sand there where there are sandbag. Yeah, I filled up about 20 odd sandbags. They're still at my front door. Yeah, I definitely don't need them and need to move them from where they are. I might do that tomorrow on my day off, but I might end up going for a drive on the live stream as well. See how that Swifty indicated that they were turning left onto the roundabout. How good was that? That you knew that you could go. That's another big rule that people don't like to follow. Is indicating correctly on roundabouts. Remember, I said like the top five. You said slow drivers before, so we started with tailgating. You don't like slow drivers. Slow drivers can be infuriating. Michael's got his question now. I'll read it out in a second. And yeah, there's other things like keep left and less overtaking on multi-lane roads. That's actually the biggest one, especially in Queensland, but all over Australia and probably across the world. As well as people not indicating correctly, whether it's at a roundabout or people just don't know how to use roundabouts because it does kind of change from state to state in Australia. All right, so Michael's got a question. He said, "No, it's a basic question." He said, "So I need to put some coolant in my '07 Mini. It's pretty low. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what old coolant is. Should I empty it all out?" And I mean, you can. You can do that. I mean, you don't really need to. It just depends on how long ago that was. Depends on how many kilometers on the car and stuff like that. But you can't go wrong if you're happy to drain the radiator. And on I believe that's a supercharged Mini. that one. I believe at the bottom of the radiator there is a little tap, little plug that you can undo and drain the radiator, but that's not going to get all of it out. You're not going to get the coolant that's in the engine block might not all come out. So what I tend to do is undo the bottom radiator hose, let it all come out, like obviously capture it in a tray so you can discard it correctly. And then I'll run a hose through it. I'll start the car so that the water pump is working, and I'll run a hose through it just to flush out anything else that's in there, and then stop but keep the engine running for a little bit because the water pump will pump as much of the water out as possible. And then once it's all coming out clear, there's no more coolant coming out or no rust coming out, then you can connect the bottom radiator hose again, put the plug back in, and then top up with coolant as suggested on the coolant container, whether it's premix, so it's good to go, you just pour it straight in, or it's concentrate, therefore you have to mix it yourself. William's asking, is there any kangaroos? So William from Manchester, we don't really get kangaroos in the middle of the day. There are kangaroos around here, absolutely, but they usually come out at dusk or dawn, and that's when you need to be more cognizant, more alert. Thanks, Nina. Of kangaroos being around, but there's definitely kangaroos here. They aren't too big. We don't have really big kangaroos, just small greys and wallabies. But not like out west. Out west we get big grey kangaroos and as well as the big reds. And they will write your car off. If you hit one at 100 kilometres an hour or 60 miles an hour, you will destroy your car. And I've hit one in my Subaru Forester at 100 kilometres an hour, and it destroyed the front right hand corner of my car. I was still able to drive, luckily, but the kangaroo stood up, shook itself off, and bounced back into the bush like nothing ever happened. Yeah, like they're pretty tough animals. So anyway, Michael, hope that answers your question with your coolant in your Mini, little Mini Cooper S, because I know what car you're talking about. Definitely, you can just top it up. That'll get you by. I mean, you don't really want to use water. It's bumpy bump. You don't really want to use water unless it's demineralized water, because normal water without coolant, will actually rust up the steel, the iron block. So you want to use demineralized water so it doesn't cause rusting. But you can't go wrong with coolant. Coolant not only helps raise the boiling point of the water, it also helps with it not freezing if you end up in a cold area. So we call it coolant here in Australia. Other countries that live in the snow and the ice, well, they'd call it antifreeze, but it's got both properties. That new, is that 300 series Land Cruiser, that one? That new beast. Tell you what, Nina. Might need tinted windows for this car because I can barely see the laptop computer screen. So, sorry, I missed that. I wasn't even looking. No, I was holding my kidneys. It's not you, it's the road. I'm blaming the politicians. So definitely blaming the politicians. No, I'm just saying it's very hard to see the laptop computer and it's very bumpy. So hopefully I don't accidentally hit the stop streaming button when my hands are bouncing around the keyboard. It's a bit smoother here. Go the Jimny. How good are Jimnys? I really like Suzuki Jimny. Sorry, Subaru. I might have a Suzuki Jimny tucked away in the corner of my mate's yard that we are going to work on in the future. It is a project car. Unfortunately, there's a few other project cars sitting in front of it, so it's apparently last in line. So I think for old time's sake, we'll just cruise Moray Field Road. So oh, what's this? An MG? Look at this orange little thing. Look at that. That is cute. Don't know if that's a factory colour, but it's definitely, you can't miss it. Go the little Astra convertible. Driven like it's been stolen. So we'll go all the way to the end of Oakey Flat Road. I remember this place just a bush track. My best friend when I was in primary school, used to live along Oakey Flat Road. We passed his house just earlier. And now it's just like a big housing development. The houses on the right, they're being built. So yeah, we'll just cruise out to, oh, it's the 401. They're cute. They're cute. Let's talk about motorcycles. Nina, do you ride?
Yes, I do. I just recently got my big girl license. So
Big girl license or big boy bike license?
yeah, big.
Really? So give you a license to ride big girls? You see all those big guys in that little Nissan Cube? Oh, you're gonna have to watch it back. They were burly blokes, all stuffed in a little Nissan Cube like sardine tin. Oh, I need a car trailer. I need a car trailer. No, we don't need left lane. No. Because at the end of Oakey Flat Road, it's a left-hand turn only. Left-hand turn only. No roundabout. No roundabout. No. I grew up here, young lady. So many houses here now. It's just, I mean, it's progress, isn't it?
My friends' houses.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There we go.
Stephen.
So, what do you ride? 650 V-Star. What is that? Yamaha?
Yeah.
Yami. I have a Yamaha. I have a 1995 Yamaha Jog 50cc two-stroke screamer that revs to 10,000. Well, I mean, 10,000 RPM isn't much, but when it's a two-stroke, that's like a four-stroke revving to 20,000. So look at this. It's a turn left only. Hell yeah, you're turning onto a different road. So some people might say it's pretty obvious we're going to make a left-hand turn. Why indicate? Well, I'll tell you why to indicate. Because that's the road rules. Well, no, it is hard because people don't know the road rules. So I'm going to need to press a button. I have to find my cursor. I can't, there it is. Oh, I can actually look at the top of the screen, can't I? There's a little counter up there. I can't see Jack. Bit of dust on the screen too. What that? That is. The screen can go away. But if I look at the top of the screen, we got 3 viewers up there. Hey, look, this is our first official drive. I mean, having one person watching is good enough. Having someone from Manchester is pretty cool. What time of the day? It must be last night. What is it? Oh, it must be early. What time is it? So it's about 3:21 in the morning in the UK at the moment. Sounds about right. Morayfield Road. Oh, there's Morayfield State School. That's where I went to school.
Is it?
No, no way. Used to be a pool hall up there. Now it's the Guitar Exchange. So,
forward
creep.
like that, are you meant to creep forward with them or just?
Oh, good question. It depends. If they creep forward half a metre, I don't move because I don't need someone behind me not paying attention rear-ending me. But if you've got, like, we're probably fifth, sixth car back, I think old mate in the passenger seat and that Chinese piece of ute in front of us is he smoking a cigarette? Looks like he's smoking. And that's one thing I hate. Smokers flicking their ash and their dough butts out the window. Like, well, it's littering. Like, it's downright littering. And look, we're gonna catch some pretty bad behaviour on the road. You might go, oh, it's only cigarettes, it's only whatever. I don't know. He might just be talking with his hands. He might be Italian. But I've been hit in the face whilst riding motorcycles with cigarette butts and cigarette ash, and it's not very pleasant. I've been hit by a car or two as well. That's less pleasant. So cruising along Morayford Road. Yeah, this is where I grew up. The five-door chimney. She's got the ladder at the back. I think her ninth mate. And she's got the big box. She's got the big box sticking out the window. It didn't quite fit in the little chimney. Maybe she needed a bigger four-drive. Don't know if we can pick it up on camera, but she's got a long box sticking out the passenger window because it's very long. I'm going to say her name's probably Maddie H. Maddie H. If you ever watch the channel and see yourself on here, good on you, mate. Is that pink? Is that an off-white chimney? Or is it pink? It doesn't look like white. Like, looking at white cars, it doesn't look white. It looks grey white. Interesting colour. It just looks like off-white, eh? It's not. That's not a bad colour. I like it. White's boring. Most of the cars on the road, you're about to say that, weren't you? Do I own a white car? Let me think. I've got approximately 13 cars at the moment. I do. I have a Subaru SVX. That's white. Now I'm thinking, just before we get too far, I've got another kilometre. Do we want to go out to Woodford? Let's go to Woodford. Well, we're going to need the left lane if we want to go to Woodford. So if you want to, well, you got a trailer on this guy, so you can make your mind up whether you want to speed up to the 60 zone. No, that's good. We're good.
No, he wanted our lane.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll turn left up onto King Street. So that's both a bicycle lane and a turn left lane. I've never actually seen that. I grew up here. Centenary Lakes is it's looking quite nice. All these.
Up here.
I don't care to remember.
Lakes
But I will say, if my little nephew Dylan ends up watching the channel, g'day, buddy. He doesn't live far away from here, and yeah, I guess he'll either grow up tough or grow up, in such a high crime rate town. But when I was here, my grandfather was the scout leader. I was in scouts. I was one of the first army cadets in the Caboolture Army Cadet Unit. That my grandmother helped start. My grandfather was a fireman just up here in town. Yeah, like, I definitely grew up here. Can't say that my mother or father had much to do with my childhood. My grandparents definitely did most of the raising. So, yep, turning left. So turning left onto King Street. The fire station used to be straight ahead there on the right-hand side. Yeah, it's just a bit of parkland, government sort of buildings, stuff like that. And on the left here, we have Caboolture Park Shopping Centre. I remember when that opened. Caboolture Square. Okay, they've changed the name. And in front of us, we've got I remember when that water tower had no antennas or aerials on it. Well, it didn't have any paint, like a mural on it either. It was just a white water tower. But that's I probably grew up drinking the water from that water tower. I'd like to say I turned out well, but
Turned out fine.
it's not really for me to say. So still, people have probably just got the. It is Fern Hill, so that used to be the RSL. The RSL used to be there. So well, friends used to live in a house, apartmenty thing to the left, somewhere down here. So long ago. So we're leaving Caboolture along Upper King Street, and we're heading out towards Wamuran. They're turning into this driveway. Are they? Second driveway. No? So this is, they don't know where they're going. They're just pulling into park. There you go. Yep. It'll be an old person. Very, oh, she's got the cigarette. She's got the cigarette in her left hand. Smoking. Hey, you know what? Respect for her. She's smoking with the windows up. I think that should be a new road rule. Actually, I've been thinking about this one for a while. I mean, it's already illegal in at least Queensland and probably some other Australian states. It's illegal to smoke in your car with minors. Now, I think it might be less than 10, or I don't know exactly because I don't have children. You've got some kids. Do you know what age it is? Okay, but that's because you've got common courtesy and a respect for your kids, hopefully not growing up to be smokers. Oh, look at there, a couple of mobility scooters racing down. I call this a mobility scooter capital of Australia, culture. Also, the Centrelink rip-off Cheats, capital of Australia. Single mother capital of Australia. No, I didn't say it's a bad thing. I didn't say that being a single mother was a bad thing. I didn't say it wasn't either. Interesting blend of people. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me for the beer. I'll cruise through here every now and then. I remember learning how to swim in this pool, the Caboolture Public Pool off to our left here. Little Dill Pickle lives down Belmere Road. G'day, buddy. We're driving. Oh, look, what's that car over there? Behind the trail. That's another Volkswagen EOS. Yep. The facelift version, just like this one. Not a lot of chat in the chat at the moment, but with only 3 people watching, that's okay. I don't expect it much at all. Our moderator, our super moderator, Tezza, is at work at the moment. So he won't be joining us this afternoon. We'll see how long we drive for. He might join us after maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock, depends when he finishes work. Otherwise, I'm having to moderate the channel at the moment, which I've had to do a little bit already. Do a little bit of moderating. What else? When this channel gets big enough, we're going to have a membership program. To just letting people know, to gain a membership program with YouTube, we need lots of viewed hours. So there's a few other stipulations like X amount of subscribers and Y amount of posts posted, which we've succeeded. But now we need either 3,000 watched hours, which we're sitting on about 65, or 3 million views of shorts. 3 million shorts views. No, okay, I'll be a bit more specific. So the 3,000 hours of watched hours is over a 365 year, 365 days. The 3 million views on shorts is in a 3-month period. And as the days tick over, it drops off. So, oh, okay. Okay, so if you can see the road up here, the white dots have been ground off the road, so you don't need to indicate. I'm just saying, yeah, well, you are, because most people kind of still do. I mean, at least you use your indicator. So, but if you can look ahead, which motorcyclists can't do because they're sitting higher, they've got no shell around them, or except for their helmet. He would have seen that you have to come over. There's nowhere else for you to go. So the thing is, he needed to give way to you because you were ahead of him. Okay, because it's not changed lanes; it's Form One lane, and you can literally see where it used to be left lane ends, and the road crews have come and they've actually ground away those white dots. So those white dots aren't there anymore. But you can see the texture of the road, and it still looks like there's dots there. In the wet, when it's raining, it still looks like there's dots there. So it might have been like, I don't know if it would have been more beneficial to paint black over the white, but I mean, paint gets a bit slippery, so I kind of agree to grind away. Makes the road grippier. So do all the
Do you have
bumps
to
and cracks
zip merging?
for when it's Form One lane. Yeah, 100%. So whoever is in the lead when when you pass the last dash line, that's the person who has the person in the opposite lane who's behind you needs to yield and give you that space. So, but obviously, the main reason why I started this channel is because there's plenty of people out there that do it wrong, do it absolutely wrong. Is that the 401? Is that the same bike still? Oh, that's cool. Right, so we've got to turn left down the bottom of the hill, down here. It used to be, not here, no, that would be left. Oh, hang on, did I say right? I meant left. We have to turn left here. We don't have a choice. It's a left turn lane, left turn. Now, as the Tesla there isn't using their indicator, you might think you don't need to use your indicator. It is obvious which way I'm going. We can only go one way. What's the point of indicating? But again, it's the road rule. So no. So the deal is the posted speed before the sign is whatever it was. Along here, it might have been 80 or 90 or 70. Well, that's what the speed would be until you get to that. So by rights, no. Now, look, a lot of people are going to speed. They see the sign and they'll start to creep up in the speed. And so by the time they're passing the sign, they're closer to 100. Like, that's going to happen. I could be wrong, but I believed, at least back in the day, police couldn't actually. There was a certain amount of distance that police couldn't set up with their speed guns and try to bust you within a speed change zone. So, you know, slowing down from 100 down to 80 or 60, you know, there's some tolerance there that they're not going to set up on the like 5 meters past the sign and pin you for doing 10 k's over as you're slowing down. So we're slowing down from 100 to 80 at the moment, and you notice those signs have the big orange fluoro around it. So what I believe that is that signifies that it's a change of speed, usually lower. So that signifies that the previous speed was higher, as in it was 100, and so like you might get another 80 sign up here, but it won't have the orange around it. That's because it already is 80. So usually when I see the border around the speed signs, it's because it's a change of speed slowing down. I don't ever remember seeing those borders around signs where you're going up speed. So you're going from a 60 zone to an 80 zone, 100 zone, or 110 zone. You won't see them, but you definitely see them. Now, again, that could be not quite right. Definitely keen, like I've said in over our testing for the channel, keen to get a traffic engineer. So if anybody who watches this, even not live, because there's going to be more people watch the channel not live than live. Exactly, because it's the second 80 sign in a row. It's just signifying, just reminding you that the speed through here, if you don't have your weights working, which, no, that's okay. You do have your phone and it's charging. That's what it wasn't yesterday. So, no, I didn't have a adapter for the USB charger gizmo in the power socket. We don't call them cigarette lighters anymore, do we? call them like a power socket or power source. Fair enough too. I mean, don't get ash. Well, I'd say that's a coin tray, not an ashtray. Call that a coin tray. You can't it's in an ashtray because you can take the inside of it out and tip it into a rubbish bin, or like a lot of smokers do, just throw it out your window. What, you're saying they don't?
I don't think I.
So many disrespectful smokers out there. Now I've met a few who will keep an empty can or we're going from two things. One, it's signifying that it's lowering from 80 to 60. Two, it's also saying that you are entering a town of Wambiran. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Woodfire Pizza at the community hall. So yes, this is the Moreton Bay Trail. We've got some bikers. Are you having withdrawals? You think you're having withdrawals? Oh, there's the wood-fired pizza trailer. That looks sick. That's a cool setup. That's a good setup. Some nice bikes there. Sleepy little town of Wemiran. First town that you come through heading west from Caboolture. Some more bikers. I mean, it's the weather has definitely improved from this morning. We've got a patrol. There's a patrol there on the left with the stainless steel snorkel. Probably wails like a wailing woman. You know that sound. You want me to do it, don't you?
Yes, go.
So it probably goes. Like that's the wailing woman. Hey, look what's coming up, Veronica. It's a 90 zone. And it's telling you. And also, did you notice the 90 sign that says ahead is black, not black and red? So that's a advisory sign. And now, look at that. That 90 sign actually we were going up, actually had a border around it. Yeah. There you go. Proven to be wrong. So that is rain ahead of us. That is definitely some rain. So we could end up with a little bit of glitching out here, a little bit of we've not driven out here before. We might end up with let's go. Oh, okay. We might end up with some losing a bit of connectivity. Where are we? Yeah, but I don't think that's where we are in YouTube. I think YouTube has got us way back. I'm going to open my YouTube and actually have a look at what is. It's got us stopped at it's got us stopped at the end of Turkey Flat Road. I know. Yeah, we're turning onto Morayford Road on YouTube. Now I'm trying to multitask. Now live on the YouTube channel. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That email. Will it catch up? Well, that means it would have been. No. What's that? No, I'm looking at it live. I don't know what's going on. This is the so I'm watching it on my phone. And it's live where we are. Like it's all good. Let's see, I'm gonna change the camera angle. I'm gonna go, is there anything out back behind us? Yeah, some trucks and stuff. Let's change view. See if that's changed. Hey, bouncing between now it's saying error. So it's probably a bit of glitching. Reduce speed. It's 60 zones. Roadworks. There's a mine, quarry. There's a quarry down this way. So we're heading towards the Aguilar at the moment. D''AG, Diagular. Oh, it's an old XF Falcon wagon. You don't see them very often. Well, yeah, and they're playing dodging the rain. So we're kind of heading maybe towards rain, bumpy bump. So, but yeah, just looking behind us mainly at the moment. So we've got the car and truck. Well, I mean, a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people just speed through roadworks, and you're choosing to do the posted speed 60 through the roadwork zone. I mean, of course we're going to. We're a driving channel. We're not going to be blatantly breaking speed limits and road rules. But what's going to happen is you're going to get some people that are frustrated with us doing the actual road rules, and they're going to get impatient, and then they're going to do some stupid things. And guess what? We're going to have it on film. And if they are very stupid, we just send the footage into the authorities and they get fined for it. I mean, how else are people going to learn if they don't get punished? So, but I'm watching live. So, yeah, I don't know why my YouTube has us right back. Don't know. Okay, here's my favourite. I'm going to have to plug it in. What have I got plugged in? Oh, my watch. I think my watch is charging. I have to change that. What? Oh, USB-C. I believe my iPhone and your Samsung use the same USB-C. Yes, but I've got one. It's fine. I just don't like playing around with the laptop whilst we're on the bumpy bumps. And that's not just bumps; it's the bumpy bumps. Yeah.
Speed bumps.
How wide's the oversized truck, the Kenworth? That's a big trailer. That's a fat trailer. Got some bikers. She had some style. They're chatting with each other too through their in the centres, yeah, through their I mean, there's a couple of brands out there, but we'll be able to talk to each other if we ride together then, Nina. I want to do a live stream on bikes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If in that way, anyone who wants to speed, because I mean, you're not a vigilante. You don't have the right to stop other people from doing what they want to do. And see the truck is struggling to get up the hill. We're looking out backwards. Yeah. So maybe if these cars are trying to come up now, we're left lane ends in what 500, so you've got a bit of time. Yeah, he's upped it. He's upped it. Yeah, that's fine. Come past. Winning from New South Wales. I don't have a problem with that. If someone's looking now, it's an 80 zone. Oh, look at Nina go. Yeah, come on. Got time to let them come through? No. There you go. Well, there you go. No, you did awesome. Wait until the merge point before you merged. See, that's what the merge point's for. So my way of looking at it is if you change lanes before the merge point, you're just making a lane change. You're not merging. You're just making a lane change. But if you wait until the merge point, which is the point of merging, where the lines go from dashed lines to dotted lines, then you're actually merging. And 60, D'Aguilar. So, someone famous from D'Aguilar, Chrissy Amphlett from the Divinals, is from here. Yep. She's a few years older than me, but she was from out this way. We passed through Caboolture before. Who's from Caboolture? Keith Urban. A golfer back in the day, Ian Baker Finch. Sarge. Sarge is from Caboolture. Hates to admit it, but he is. Who else? There's somebody else. Yeah, but we're going to turn. Ooh, look at the old Tirana. A couple of utes in the way, but there's Tirana about to pull out. Old school. Is that LC? Oh, it's got the visor. That's like factory. They'll have the I believe a 186 186 cubic inch straight 6 engine. I think LJ's ended up with 202s. It's definitely a good upgrade anyway. Put the 202 in there. The XU1, I think based off the LJ Tirana. I mean, I'm a Ford guy, so you know, Holdens aren't my forte, but the LJ Tirana with the GTR XU1 in the hands of Peter Brock definitely won Bathurst. I think with Colin Bond. What's that? Yeah, so not that YouTube's doing, but YouTube's got us way back. So I don't know if there's like a fast forward button, but it does have the yellow band up here saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience. Then it's got dot dot dot. So I'm assuming we'll experience some interruptions to transmission. But we had this happen last night, and look, there hasn't been anything on the chat for a while either. Last thing was William asking, "Is there any kangaroos?" And that was quite some time ago. My phone is it's just weird. The phone is saying we're live. How live? Let's go super live.
Super live.
Well, I've still got us pointing backwards. Let's press that button, so that should have us going forwards, and I'll count. 2, 3, 4, 6. So there, no, that's live. It's live on my phone. Like literally 6 seconds delay. As we come into Woodford, home of the Woodford Folk Festival, Woodford pub, nice old school truck. Bumpy roads. There's a tank parked out the front of the RSL, I believe. We look on our right soon. Soon, not yet. As we come, I think as we get closer to, there should be a tower in this town as well. Basically, why would you drive your supercar out here? Some do. So yeah, there's the water tower. I think just before the water tower on the right hand side, I believe there it is. There's a tank. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna post a comment and see if it comes up. Do it actually. Oh yeah, that's right.
You want to jump on?
I'm on. No, I'm on the phone. So we're going to turn right, just out of town. Right. Yeah, the other right, Nina. Nina's pointing left and right. Both. She's just, yeah, EHL. Look at that 1964 EHL. With the she's got the 6 slotters on there, the jelly beans. All right. Oh, well, look, I commented and it came up instantly, as well as another error message on another error message. So anyway, look, this is what we do. Like I said, we're going to have more people watching this, not live at the moment, than live, and that's okay. We can reminisce. Maybe we can. Maybe you've been on these roads before, like these caravanners here in front of us, and maybe it's just reminiscing. I think not only talk about road rules and driver etiquette yet. Yes, we are. And if you saw are we? No, not that way. We're not going to go that way. So when this car goes, you can blast. Yeah, go. There we go. That's fine. No, it's not this one. It's not this one. You know what? It's been a little while since I've been out here, but up here further, there'll be a very, very significant intersection that says where we're going, which might say me, Mulaney, something. We can't miss it. It'll be up here further. What are we looking at? Oh, that is a 1969 Mustang, not a fastback. A fastback is it's got more of a slopey back on it. That one wasn't a fastback. That was a coupe, a coupe. So it's yeah, they're just slightly different. The fastback is my favourite. It's a little bit like the XA, XB, XC Falcons from the 70s in Australia. We had what was called hardtop, but they were a fastback. So we had the sedans, 4-door sedans, and the 2-door hardtops. It's funny they call it a hardtop when the sedans had hardtops as well. Bump. Oh, bang. Yeah, this again, just the crappy roads that we have to deal with in Australia and Queensland in particular.
It's like
Here one. You try and hit the highest peak. No, you're saying it's on. Yeah, so we're turning right here. Yeah. So we will see how connectivity is being so far away from the highway. Was at Optus earlier today looking at their new Prado. Driven one of them. Thank you, Michael. It was good fun. I like them. Oh, that's all right. So for those who can't see what's going on, which is everyone except me and Nina. Nina has this habit of sticking her hand. Is that okay to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed last night and this morning she has a habit of sticking her hand through the steering wheel and to make slow turns. So it's not doing it at high speed or anything like that. But and then I asked, had you ever done an advanced driver course before? And she'd said no. And I was like, yeah, I can tell, because one of the first things an advanced driver trainer will tell you is never to put your hand through the steering and grip the steering wheel with your hands inside the steering wheel. Same as off-roading. Off-roading, full driving. Professionals will say, do not put your hands through, because if you hit certain wheel ruts or rocks or something like that, it can spin the steering wheel, rip it out of your hands. And if your hands are in the steering wheel, you can break fingers and wrists. You don't want that. That's not something cool to tell your friends or to tell your boss why you can't work for the next couple of weeks. Workers' comp is only given out when it was a work issue, not full drive on the weekend. Unless, of course, your job is to full drive on the weekend. That'd be a cool job.
Get yourself.
Well, if you're a content creator and your job is to create content, I mean, it's running your own business. That's what you do. But you're going to have to go to an insurance company and say, this is what I do. And they're going to have to, one, accept that that's what you do. And say, yeah, we'll cover you for X, Y, Z. And we won't cover you for A, B, C. And there you go. We'll cover you for, driving and live streaming. But if you try to do it on a motorcycle, no, not covered. For instance. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing. I've already talked a couple of reasons why I started this channel. I get really frustrated with other drivers on the road when they do one of the following. I've got 3 tiers of sort of driving standards. The first one comes about with, why do road rules exist? Have I answered this, Nina? Well, I'm asking you the question, why do road rules exist? There you go. Well, so I'm going to keep everyone safe as a new. But safety. I put safety and organisation, as in the organisation of traffic going here, there, and everywhere. in an orderly fashion, safely. So safety and organisation. My second tier is predictability. If I come up to a red light and you come up to a green light at the same time, you can 99% reasonably predict that I'm going to stop and give you the right of way to travel through that green light. Now, I say 99%, hello Mustang. I say 99% because I travel at 5 o'clock in the morning and I see people at the tradies running red lights all the time. They're notorious for it. And I don't know if they're half asleep and haven't had their coffee yet, or if they are running late for work and just can't be bothered being held up by a red light. Either way, dangerous. So, and unpredictable. You can't predict when someone's going to run a red light. And my third one is respect. If someone is tailgating you, is that respectful? No. Okay. Someone is sitting in the right-hand lane on the highway, on the motorway, doing 10 k's below the posted speed. Is that respectful? No. People pulling up 5, 6, 7 cars short of the car in front of them at a set of traffic lights. Respectful? No. Not indicating leaving a roundabout. Respectful? No. So there's a lot of disrespect on the road, and it drives me nuts. So this is what's happening now. Normally I get frustrated and it drives me nuts, and I'm like, just that person just can't do the right thing. Like, how hard is it, you lazy moron? Now we've got it on film. I turn around saying, yeah, hell yeah, we got that on film. We've got a choice whether to send that into the authorities or use it as a training aid, slice it up and use it as a short or reel of what not to do. And it says check your speed. 95. And I've got no problem sitting on 95 k's an hour in a 100 zone when there's no traffic behind us. You're not affecting anybody else. So, not a lot of traffic on the back roads. Wonder how the stream is going. I kind of hope we're not getting too many glitches. Like I said, I checked with a live chat and it came straight through on the OBS. I don't know about the YouTube. YouTube's where it's getting posted, where it's going out. So I'm going to try the what? Bot. Don't know how. Let me try something. I will try something. I don't know if it's going to work. Find out. Why is Albanese on my bloody phone? All right. What if I type? Yes. I don't know if my bot is active yet. Like, I appreciate Australia. It works. The Stream Elements bot works. Okay. I typed in car joke. I've set this up. I know that I entered this. How good is this road? Oh my god. Don't hit that bump. Oh, you missed it. You did good. You gave yourself that. You did good. All right. Say thrush. Thanks. I think it's flush, right? So I typed in car joke, and the car joke says, apparently I snore so loudly that it scares everybody in the car I'm driving. I put that one in there. Well, it's a car joke.
Yeah.
It worked. I'm stoked. That was something I set up that works. 80 ahead sign, that people who slow down at that sign, that's not a speed sign, that's an advisory speed sign. Pretty happy with that. And it's it's up on the chat here.
This is a recommended.
So we've got the yellow speed sign. It's advisory sign. So it's yellow, meaning it's not a actual speed sign. It's just saying that it advises drivers to take this corner at 65 kilometres an hour. Now, I know some bikers out there that think you should double that speed and add 10. Have you heard that before, Nina?
They do like to hit I don't know about doubling it.
So did you see that speed sign just then?
60.
Just checking.
Look, it's 60 feet. Calm down.
Beautiful bit of road up here. I will admit this is a bit of road that people like to drive and ride on. It's the road surface isn't too bad. I'm going to put you into sports mode. It's going to just give us a little bit more reps. Nina's not entirely confident with what sports mode and manual mode and everything means. She just knows what automatics are. Put it in D and go. But coming up a hill, you definitely want a little bit more reps. You want to be able to have that ability to pull the car up the hill. So we've just put in sports mode, or we've put up with a Hilux. Hilux. Right, so beautiful, beautiful driving road though. We'll keep going to Pt1. We won't go to Mullany. We'll keep going straight. We'll see which way the Hilux goes. Toy. Let's say toy or Q. That's QTQY. I mean, still might mean that. Not a bad drive to the left there as well, to Mullany. 80 zone. See, so 80 zone and then 60 advisory around this corner. So I think their signs are good for people who've never driven the road before. Gives you a sense of speed that you can take the corner safely. Is our car burbling? Oh, I'll tell you what. Every now and then this car has this awesome little burbles that backfires. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Oh, when you're just touching the throttle, you've worked that out. Oh, you're all right. See, Nina's better than the average driver with her knowledge. So it's longer. It says S3, so it's in sports mode 3 in third gear. And as you get faster, it will upshift to fourth. As you slow down, it will downshift to second. Now we're in 100 zone. Well, I mean, that's still. No, they're probably listening to the cool little red rocket backfiring. Do not know if you can hear that on the live stream on the video, but it does sound pretty cool. So, oh, okay, that worked really well. All right, so yeah, I typed in dad joke because I can, but it doesn't come up on the stream, which is the way that I asked it to do. Like I check the text boxes, and I said, yeah, I don't want it to show up on the screen. So I'll tell you later. I think Nina might end up being a moderator. Oh, you don't want to be a moderator? Well, look, I want some moderators from around the country and around the world. So we're just gonna. Okay, do you want to experience shifting manually? Are you ready for this? No. What are you doing? What was that? Okay. So don't just. I like. So put your fingers on the right hand paddle and click it, and now we just shift it into fourth. No, but it will, after a small amount of time, depending upon what the computer gets from your left foot, right foot, whether you're braking or accelerating, going uphill, downhill, it will shoot back to sports mode, and it might actually, depending upon the speed, actually shift back to third. There we go. It did it all by itself. I literally watched it change on the screen. So what we can do do you want to start playing with the gears? Now you drive manual. Okay, yeah, sure. It's not playing with a stick, right? So, but it's the same. When you change gears in a manual, like when you rev your car up to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 RPM, however you're driving at the time, and then you shift into second, shift into third, shift into fourth, It's exactly the same. You're just pressing a paddle, right? So I'm going to pop this into manual mode. So it did. So come back twice on the left-hand side. Come back one more. Third. All right. And now you're using engine braking. So you don't need to have your foot on the brake. No. But you're using engine braking now to stop the vehicle from driving away. Now, as you flatten out, shift into fourth, which is the right paddle. There we go. And it shifts so much quicker when it's in manual mode. So now, this is a driver's first time ever driving a paddle shift car. And it's just the same as driving a down. So they're a little bit different, but almost all cars are left-hand downshift, right-hand upshift. So, and then when you're over it, you can just pull the shifter back into drive mode. So I would downshift fourth. We go. Just let the engine braking. You don't need to put your foot on the brake. Using the engine to start slowing you down, because you saw that was a 60 advisory sign. But you know there's a 60 zone coming up, and here it is, and you downshift again to third. Let the engine brake. Really? Because maybe, well, if you're just driving, if you were like spiritedly driving, you might. Yeah, because you want to use some engine braking, and you want to be in the correct gear for when you turn the corner and then accelerate out the corner. Well, that's the same as this. It's just using paddles. So I'm pretty stoked. I think I might help you get addicted to paddle shift. Oh, you've got a manual, mate. You're like literally using like what looks like a paddle, like an oar sticking out of the center console. You're still using that, and you're using your left foot to do some clutch work. So you'll be fine. It's I like it. I've got cars that are autos, cars that are DSG, and cars that are manual. I really like switching between them. What I don't like switching between is left-hand indicators to right-hand indicators. That shits me. But it does remind me that I'm in a European car or a Japanese car or an Australian car or an American car. So I believe the new Mustangs in Australia, the indicators on the right-hand side, and that's an American car. All right, so back. Oh, beautiful. Go back to second. Yeah, I didn't even have to tell you, mate. She did that on her own. Just as I was saying it, you did it. Yeah, this car has a good note, but it's driving nice. Sometimes it needs a bit of a kick up the OBD2 port. And I do need to dial the rear ride height a little higher. It does sit a bit low in the bump. So, and with using the manual mode and the shifters, you find yourself using less brake. Using less brake and more engine braking means your brakes will last longer. Means you don't have to clean your wheels as often because they don't get as dirty. Brake dust. Yeah, 100%.
I find just by accident, I think
Compression lockup.
Yeah.
Yes. So you could compression lock up in your low lux as well if you were to drive it like that. I don't think so. Not that I'm going to try it in your car, but I think you could probably. Well, I had my XD, so my XD Falcon 1980. XD Falcon is a 351 4-speed manual, 9-inch disc brakes all round, built to drive on the track, as well as the road. And it's yeah. Nina's not beaten that yet. She's never even seen it or heard it. She doesn't even think I own it. No. But I had it at Wakefield, not Wakefield Park, that's down in Goulburn. I had it at Warwick at Morgan Park end of last year when we had our track day for Thunderbolt Run. I decided to Can-Am. I decided to park the Audi S4 up for the day and bring out the 351, and it wasn't embarrassing. Like, it was up against 458 Ferraris, Lotus, Lamborghini, a twin turbo Lambo. Tell you what, though, it had some road presence. It's got a Group A kit on it. It's very reminiscent of the Dick Johnson True Blue car. Kind of set up very much like it, except with an extra 100 horsepower than what Dick Johnson had in 1981, who won Bathurst that year.
Is that because it was restricted racing? It was racing and they just didn't.
No, at the time, to get apparently the True Blue XD Falcon was 390 horsepower. To get 390 horsepower, what are you looking at?
The windscreen.
What about it? So you you pull it towards you. Is that better? Here we go. So Dick Johnson, I have read that the True Blue XD Falcon in 1981 had 390 horsepower. To get 390 horsepower out of a 351, revving to, I don't know, like there was no rev limiters back then, so that thing was like you listen to it on the videos and on YouTube, whatever, and that thing sounds tough. Like it's revving. Like I reckon maybe 8,000 RPM. Like it's up there. I know V8 supercars rev to 7,500 limited at the moment, but anyway, 390. Back then, the technology in 1980 to get more than 1 horsepower per cubic inch out of a naturally aspirated engine, there wasn't a lot more past that. That wasn't a drag car. So drag racing, you're kind of rebuilding the engine. You don't even do a kilometre. You're doing 400 metres, and then you're shutting it off, and you might get a few runs out of your engine. Yeah, and then the car gets trailered home. The race cars get trailered home too. But when he's racing 1,000 kilometres at the Bathurst James Hardy 1000, he needs his engine to last through practice, qualifying, and the race. And maybe they change an engine out, like they kind of just pull the engine out and put another engine in. That's been done before. Nice pothole avoidance. But I don't believe there was an engine change. I believe that car in 1980 didn't do it a whole 1,000 kilometres. There was a big crash on the top of Mount Panorama. But I think 2/3 of the race had been done, so they declared the race and he ended up the winner. But that was the year after he hit the rock. Lap 17, car 17, the Dick Johnson True Blue Falcon hits a rock, big rock that a spectator threw on the racetrack. Here's the deal. What a moron. Like, seriously, one of the biggest morons ever. Nobody, as far as I'm aware, nobody knows who did it. But what happened was, Dick Johnson was on TV, tears in his eyes. He'd mortgaged his home and his work, his service station, and put all of his money and time and effort into. You're liking the paddles now, aren't you? She's liking the paddles. This outcry of emotion, people started pledging money. Like kids were like raiding their piggy banks and like sending him like $5 and $10. Adults, 100, 300, 500,000. Edsel Ford at the time said whatever the public raises, he was going to match dollar for dollar. And so I think what happened was the public raised about $80,000 in 1980. And then the president of Ford Motor Company and had to match it dollar for dollar, so gave him 160 grand, bought him a new car, and was able to race the 1981 season, win the Australian Touring Car Championship, and win Bathurst that year. And that made him, like that rock crack, hitting that rock, like he was probably going to power away and win that race in 1980 in that beautiful XD Falcon, which I think we're not far from Landsborough. Well, I think that the 1981 race-winning car is actually housed around here somewhere in that museum. I think the Bowden's collection. Bowden's, you know how you clean the windscreens before with that car cleaning stuff? Yeah, that's Bowden's own. That's from around here, Sunny Coast. And they have a whole bunch of old like race cars, touring cars. Can you hit the wiper for the camera? Thank you. Oh, a little bit of rain, nothing crazy. As we're driving through, I don't know, maybe. Where are we? I know we're in Peachester Road. What town are we in? What road's this? Kilcoy Beerwah. Which way are we going to go? Straight? Let's go straight. Bit of rain. You can hear it. It's patting on the windscreen. Kilcoy Beerwah. Even know where we are, Nina. I've been too busy chatting with you. Let's have a look on the maps. So, oh, Beerwah. We're at Beerwah. Oh, Beerwah train station. Oh, I know where we are. Oh, yeah, you can do that just for drive. Yeah, there we go. She's just pushed it back into drive. Okay. Let us go. Yeah, no. Turn left. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. There's no car. So we just cross the solid line. Now, people, when they change their mind at last second, do that all the time. So we need to check on the road rule. It's like, well, what is the go with crossing unbroken lines? Obviously, you can't overtake. All right, so we should have turned back there, and that's fine. We can go up this road and turn at a roundabout. We go through Beerwah. Looking machine that looks supposed to be an animal.
I checked as we got over. I was like, oh my gosh, there's somebody. It's a sculpture that's spiding its legs.
Four-legged spider, which means it's not a spider. Or it's an amputee.
Baby ones down there.
Oh, they do too, yeah, they. You know what they look like? Something out of like that Wild West movie with that actor that I hate.
Yeah, no idea.
Oh, Will Smith. There's that Wild Wild West. It's got all those machines. Like it's kind of like it's a western, but it's all right. We're gonna keep going straight, which is right, down to the roundabout, and then we're gonna turn left up onto the bridge and go over the train line. And then we'll end up on Steve Irwin Way. Steve Irwin Way, very famous animal dude, crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. Turning left, up onto over the bridge, turning left up over the bridge. So now we're back on the road that we did turn onto before. Kilcoy Beerwah. Jump the right lane. Because we don't want to turn left. Want to go down to Steve Irwin Way, which you'll see at the lights. There we go. We're going to turn left. We're going to turn, no, we're going to turn left at the lights. At the lights. Left at the lights. Which is turn left anytime with care, is that correct? So turning onto Steve Irwin Way. Yeah, of course you do. Look at that, nothing coming. Road is yours. Oh, look at this. There's an actual merge lane. Oh, listen to that 2-litre. The little turbo ski. This car up for $4,000. Working convertible here is $4,000. Remember the first time I jumped in a Volkswagen EOS? Hello, Mel. Sorry. GR Yaris Mel's joined us. He's saying pictures look good. Just got here. How's it going? Yeah, Mel, we're good. I haven't really been looking at the live stream, although I did put a joke up there, just above what you wrote. That seemed to work. I've only put the one joke in there, but I'm going to have to put a whole catalogue of car jokes up in there. No, we're good, mate. Weather's better than the other night, and we're dodging raindrops. Glad the picture's looking good. The picture in picture. We're still going backwards. Go forwards. So, Mel, again, this is our first official stream, so hopefully this one gets watched a lot, even in playback. Thanks again. It's been 1 week, almost to the hour, that I got to take your GR Yaris for a test drive. Awesome, awesome. Like, I know they're an awesome little car, but there's a difference between knowing it and experiencing it. Yeah, good to hear. Mate, thank you so much. I definitely, like, I've sold my Mini, and I need another little two-door hot hatch 6-speed manual. The last one was a supercharged Mini. The Yaris is obviously the turbo. The difference, about 120 horsepower difference. All-wheel drive. The Mini's front-wheel drive, and the Yaris is the all-wheel drive. Like, seriously, I can't thank you enough for that little squirt around to take it for a test drive. Freaking awesome. I then took Mel out in the Lexus. Nina's been in the Lexus. It puts a smile on her face every time I slightly press the right pedal. It's next level. Next level on top of, like, what we're in today. I think it's about 200 horsepower, this little EOS. Fun, 2-litre turbo. The Yaris, 300. The Lexus, 450. And the XD, 500. Yeah, but loud and rowdy as a 1980 Falcon should be. So yeah.
What wine?
I reckon less than 100. I reckon what? Anybody out there listening? How much power is it a three litre? You don't even know what power it is. Isn't there a badge on the side that says, like, what's 3? 2.7? I think that's it. Yeah. So it's a petrol, low lux, rear-wheel drive, dual cab. Because obviously most Hiluxes are diesel. The older ones are 3-litre diesel. The later models are 2.8-litre diesel. I do think it was a 2.7. I can look it up. You know what? Can look it up. Yahoo, bit of a difference in the ISF. Yeah, Mel, absolutely. I mean, even just the difference between driving a 6-speed manual and driving an 8-speed auto. The ISF was the first production car ever to come out with a 8-speed automatic gearbox, and now that ZF has made an 8-speed for the BMWs. That's like a common modification. Like, it's a $20,000 mod, but to upgrade a lot of cars with the BMW ZF 8-speed gearbox, there's a lot of controllability about it. Even though it's an automatic gearbox and it's got clutches in it, you can literally, you can drive it like a manual. Drive it like a sequential stick shift manual or paddle shift manual with the clutches in it. If you put a clutch pedal in your car, pretty crazy. There's a mob, Simply Tuning, doing the 8-speed conversions in Brendale and Brisbane, and a bunch of different mobs around the world. That was a loud bang. So your Ute, I'm going to suggest maybe 80 horsepower. I'm going to say maybe 80, but the fact that it's a manual means you get to exploit all of the horsepower that it has. That it's rear-wheel drive, meaning that's fun. Live rear axle, leaf spring rear end. Like, it's fun. It's a fun Ute. Pre airbags. So you got the wood grain steering wheel with the chrome center in there. Is it SAS? It's a SAS steering wheel. A bit louder in the ISF. The ISF let's say it's got a sports exhaust on it. Actually, anyone watching this stream, if you go back, we've done some test streams. I think test stream 3 or 4, whatever, was in the ISF. Did that with Tezza. You can hear from time to time how nice that car sounds. Beautiful car, to be honest. Like, I picked it up. It was a bit worse for wear. It had a big stereo and like subbies in the boot. It was on airbag suspension, and the guy I bought it off took all of that out and put all the So there's not a lot in the boot. There was no spare wheel or tire or anything like that. There was just a big gaping hole in the boot, just dodging potholes. Yeah, it seems to be a hard thing to do when you dig a trench across a road to refill it, so that it doesn't turn into a mini speed bump. So, you know what I might do? Might text Red and see if he's up. Who's texting me? Telstra. Telstra said they're doing upgrades in that area. Well, how long ago was that? Half an hour ago. But we're not far away from the main highway, so it's only a few kilometres. So we're not far away from like where towers are and everything. So hopefully we'll be okay for communications, transmissions. It's 2:30. I'll do a little check on Waze and see what the traffic is looking like heading south on the highway. Like I said, long weekend this weekend. Hopefully most of the traffic is going to make its way back to Brisbane tomorrow afternoon. Let's see if Red's awake. You up yet? You up yet? Don't know. Let's have a look. I can do this whilst you're driving. I can see where we are. Press this little button there. It is. So we're still on Steve Irwin Way. Ewan Matic Dam. I've never known. I've driven past that ages. On the right, the big kart track. Oh, we're going to go there. Not today.
No.
We're going to go to the big kart track. And you know, it'd be cool live streaming on kart. I don't know. Well,
Would they let us?
we'd need a battery packet. Can't run it off the alternator. No alternators. Can't put an inverter on a go-kart. Don't have a cigarette lighter to plug into. Big kart track there. Ewan Matic Dam. I've never, ever known the name of it. So yeah, just come out. Yeah, the Bowden's collection is close by. It's not usually open for public display, but I think maybe every now and then, maybe once a year, they open their doors and they maybe gold coin donation or whatever, and let you come in and actually have a look at. Yeah, finding out when that is. Maybe someone can tell us one day. So
You do like car shows or is it just like
well, so what happens is usually if cars get requested by, say, V8 supercars or some racing series to go to a racetrack, they'll get, they might even get paid to bring the cars out and either have them as a display or maybe drive around the track. Like, it'd have to be a special reason to drive around the track. But I know that Dick Johnson himself, so Dick Johnson raced that car and owned that car, and then, you know, that car ends up getting sold to buy the next model and then the next model. So back in the day, back in like 1982, 3, whatever, True Blue ends up. I don't know that it got turned into a different car, like repainted a different colour, and somebody else drove it or whatever. I should look up the history of actual True Blue, considering I've got basically a replica of it. Where do we want to go from here? Let's last. Well, I'm thinking if we want to head back towards Brisbane by about 4 o'clock, we've got an hour and a half. Let's keep going straight, maybe over to Caloundra, and then maybe. But I have appreciated coming up the back road from Brisbane. We only took the motorway to go from the highway to Dolly's Rocks Road. That was the only highway driving we've done so far to get up here. Taken all the back roads through Caboolture, Wamuran, Diagular, Woodford, through along Peachester Road through to Beerwah. Awesome. Go to Swifty. So I think maybe we just go straight to Caloundra. We'll turn north, maybe, and then pop out and then blast back down the highway. So talk about some highway driving, some keep left, some, we will drive across the chevrons. You don't understand the chevrons. was talking to somebody else the other day about the chevrons. There are chevrons on the road that actually tell you what your 2-second spacing is from the car in front of you. Oh, there it is. There it is. I like to use the problem though. I am a retired sergeant from the Australian Army, and I used to wear 3 chevrons. That's a sergeant, 3 chevrons. So this is fun. You having a good time? I tell you what, last night Nina had the Rode wireless mic, but she was driving, so it's just like you can wear it like a lapel mic, but it was very quiet. Today, Nina sounds bang on, more clear,
Whispers.
more clear.
Would that be the 5x5?
5x5. Yeah, definitely. You sound 5x5. Let's go straight. We're going to go straight over to Caloundra. Go up slightly up the coast. And then, so there's a really good view. Hopefully what we might do is as we go over Little Mountain, we'll pop out. Oh, diverging diamond. Everybody, diverging diamond. So, Nina, we just crossed to the wrong side of the road. We're now driving on the right-hand side of the road. They do. There's only like 4 or 5 of them. So we are now in America. I'm in Australia. I'm in America. I'm in Australia. I'm in America. Yeah, Homer Simpson. And now we've come back across to the left. So what that does is it actually takes out a whole intersection out of it. So for people who don't know what a diverging diamond is, it's an overpass intersection where you cross and drive on the opposite side of the road, therefore omitting a set of traffic lights. And then you come back across onto the correct side of the road in Australia, being the left-hand side. So, yes, there's one in Strathmine. I like that one because it's close to home. And but there's one there too. So I did read up when they first got built. They're not very old. They've only been around for a while here in Australia. I believe, I don't even know if any other state has them. Queensland might have been there. Yeah. Hey, Nina, I was reading some stats the other day. I should bring it back up again. Manual drivers versus automatic drivers. Are you a firm believer that manual drivers are better than so we've got 2 people out there watching. Respond if you want to. Manual drivers are better than automatic drivers. I know that Mel has his 6-speed manual and his Yaris, and he might think so. I think so. I think. No. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what's clicking. There's something audio's glitching. Hopefully we can't hear it. We'll watch the stream back later tonight. See if what we can improve on. Especially if there's any voices coming. Yeah, that's not slow. What are we doing? There we go. Just now I can see because looking at a needle from an oblique angle, like it's never looks like what it is. Yeah, that motorcyclist was going a little bit faster than the posted speed. No harm, no foul. Police catch people like that, they get fined. That's what happens. Manual drivers better than automatic drivers. Very contentious. Now, that's not to say that there's not some automatic only drivers out there that are not amazing drivers that drive better than some manual drivers. That's not to say that at all, but on average, 86. That's Nate's little 86. Oh, don't put that indicator on. We're not turning right. What's going on there? Interesting. Nina's said
Just
Nina's opened herself up. Nina's opened herself up to now. No one saw what happened, but Nina, we were going straight through a roundabout. Nina put her right head indicator in. Do you normally do that? Right. So is this your anxiety because I'm sitting next to you? Yes. I know. I'd like to think you're over it. Oh. A lot of new cars actually tell you on the dashboard, rest time. Toyotas are bad for it. You drive for 2 hours, next thing your dashboard's telling you to get out, have a break. Sometimes people need to be told by their car. So manual drivers are better than automatic drivers. Mal's saying, I drive both. I feel more in control in the manual. I have an auto RAV4 hybrid also. Oh, Mal, we might have to go for another test drive. And the reason for that is I think that an auto RAV4 hybrid would be a great car to do the live stream in. Now, I'm not saying we're going to ask you to do a live stream for your car. We're not asking that. What I'm saying is, if a car manufacturer like Toyota wanted to lease a car to us to do the channel, like when we've grown the channel, I reckon the RAV4 hybrid would be a good car, especially when it's cruising around nice and slow. It's got plenty of room. And when you're on the when you're going slow and using power mode, electric mode, it's very quiet for our recording. So, all right, we're just coming over Little Mountain, Sugar Bag Road to our left. Now this is where the view opens up, and you can see the Pacific Ocean, the north end of Bribie Island, up here at Caloundra. That could be arranged. It is a very relaxing to drive. Mal, maybe we do that. You know what? Maybe we set your car up and we do a drive. You drive, we stream. You've got the headphones on as well. You're a part of it. We can interview you while we drive. That would be awesome. And it'd be like a little test to see if the RAV is a good size. There's actually a RAV in front of us, not the Ranger, but a couple in front of them. I just drove the new Prado, and I think the new Prado would be a great car to do it into. If anyone from Toyota's listening and want to, I know, right? Want to donate a Prado. I believe that manual drivers, when you have to concentrate more on driving, when you are using 3 pedals, not 2, when you're using a gear stick and you swap from manual to manual, and one's a 5-speed, one's a 6-speed, some's a 4-speed. Like I got a 4-speed manual, 6-speed manual. Well, sold the 6-speed manual. He's gone. And yeah, it takes more concentration. Therefore, I do believe it makes you a better driver, less complacent. You're also a motorcyclist, Nina. Does motorcyclists are motorcyclists better car drivers?
Yes.
So you're a double threat because you're both a motorcyclist and a manual driver. So you're just a all round better driver than most average drivers. Would you To be honest, I've driven a lot. I've done a lot of kilometres in my time. I've driven in the army, lots of different vehicles. Drive on the racetrack. I've taught people how to drive on the racetrack, and you're a good driver.
Thank you.
Getting used to it. Oh no, she just put her hand inside the steering wheel again. You're also a smart ass.
I am.
But you're doing something you've not really done before, which is talk and live stream whilst driving a new car. You've never paddle shifted before, but now you have. Now yeah, and the day that you flick it across to manual mode all by yourself with no prompting, thank you, great word, and do it yourself, I'll be a proud instructor. I'll be a proud instructor. I agree. I agree that motorcyclists make better car drivers. I also agree that manual car drivers are better drivers than automatics. Now, open to other people's opinions, open to suggestion, and you can't just say, no, auto drivers are better than manual drivers. You've got to have a reason. Like I've stated my reason that you have to concentrate more. You need to be better with your hand-eye coordination. And nice indicator, hi Ace. And there's the RAV4 hybrid in front of us. There you go, Mel. Is that one? Is that like yours? So, just the laptop screen. I could have cleaned it too, but you know what's hard? Cleaning a touchscreen laptop screen whilst you're trying to use it. That's difficult. Roller skate brick. That's cool. I've seen one there for a while. Roller drone. I don't know. I apparently I live at Albany Creek. If you ask the Australian Electoral Commission, that's where I voted. And look, I might have voted for the guy that just lost his job. Just saying. But Australia has spoken, and the Australian Woke Party has succeeded again. But seriously,
Is that the Aerosol?
is that
No,
no? That's the Rav4 hybrid.
Yeah,
The Rav4 hybrid.
is it?
Yeah, look, I think.
Did he say?
Did he say? He said that could be. Oh no, he hasn't commented yet. But I look. Have you noticed on the hybrids and stuff that Toyota have? They've got blue within their Toyota logo, which is weird because it's supposed to be a green car, but they put blue. Oh, the little Jimny with the big chunky tires. Is that the boss?
Yes,
Good on you,
yes.
the boss. It's only a D-Max. I don't know what's so boss about it. Maybe it's the wife's car. I don't know. Again, just asking the question. No, I definitely agree. Manual drivers. We'll stick with the manual thing. We'll do the motorcycle rider being better drivers too later. But I definitely agree that I think that back camera's moved slightly. Still pointing backwards, but just sort of to the left as well. Was that someone do a little squealy? No, it wasn't us. Oh, there's a Honda Grom. Oh my god, they're so cute. I can't believe when the first time I saw a Honda Grom on the road, I was like, what's this idiot riding a mini bike on the road? And then I was like, look, they've put a number plate on the back of it. I was beside myself when I realized that the Honda Grom was a legal vehicle to ride on the road. I'm like, crazy. So, dark blue. So Mel's saying that his is dark blue. Brand new one. And they've stopped with the blue insert now. The blue was to signify electricity. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how blue does that. Like geez, aiming for the potholes now. Um, cruising through Caloundra now. I'd say she's fit. Yep, she's fit. That's a fit. Oh, she's just done a triathlon or something. She's must be a triathlon or something up here. She's maybe Ironman, Iron Woman. I am Iron Man. Yeah, not the Iron Man that I've done. I've done the real big tough Iron Man, not just this little paddling around the beach. Done the one that took nearly 12 hours to do. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Melbourne Iron Man. Yeah, no, they've got to poke their heads out. Like that's the thing with pedestrians, isn't it? Um, there's just as many stupid pedestrians as there is stupid drivers. They're amongst us. They live amongst us, and they're breeding. So the problem with the stupid people is that they don't realise that they're stupid. You know, like the people who wear sound cancelling headphones whilst walking around in amongst cars that almost get run over. If it wasn't for skillful drivers. Actually, that'd be a statistic I'd like to look up is how many pedestrians get hit by cars because they have no idea because they've got headphones on. So back in the army, like I don't know, a long time ago, back in who cares? Crows almost never get hit by cars. You see other birds that get splattered. It's hardly ever a crow. They're cunning. They're cunning. Um, and so they're all hybrid now, so no need for it. They're labelled HEV now too. HEV, hybrid electric vehicle. HEV. I'm just guessing that HEV stands for hybrid electric vehicle, as opposed to the PHEV, like I think Mitsubishi has, the PUV, the PUV. Yeah. What's behind us? Another Toyota. No, that's cool. Mal, we'll chat. We'll chat. We'll chat not on the stream. We'll chat outside. Outside of ours. Maybe when I buy my new Yaris GR and we go for a drive together, we can talk about live streaming from the RAV. Oh, it's a nice cafe. I've had a coffee from that cafe before. Not bad. Not bad at all. Is that another EOS? See what happens when you drive. They're not that popular, but when you drive one, you start to see. I think you're backing up all the cars behind you. What are you doing? Oh, I think you're just noticing behind us there's a lot of traffic banking up. So that's up to you what you do with that. But no rush. Go straight. It is Sunday. Nina's driving like a Sunday drive. There's Stace. Hello, Stace. Stace driving her other turbo Toyota thing. I always get the name wrong of those. Was it a CHR? Is that it? Yeah, go straight. Go straight. Yeah, that's straight. We'll go this way. Well, I mean, what would be like you're waiting for me to tell you where to go, yeah? I would tell you, you drive us close to the beach and get us a nice view. That's what I would say. Maybe turn right down this road. Just be careful of taking this speed bump. You might scrape on this one. Yeah, that's not how I would take that one. Yep, she just stuck her hand in through the steering wheel again because doing a slow speed turn. I was just reminding her that naughty. But she's been good at keeping her hands at 10 and 2. Oh, there you go. There's another RAV. Another RAV right there, mate. Black one. Does that say Loving Life on the number plate? GMH412. Well, it doesn't look like General Motors. Definitely looks like a hybrid RAV thingy. No, I do like Toyota. Now that Australia doesn't make their own cars. Although we used to make Toyotas and Nissans in Australia, as well as Holdens and Fords. But no longer, therefore, all our new cars are imports. There's a little convertible Volkswagen. Definitely family time down the beach. So just cruising through past. What beach is this? Kings Beach? This Kings Beach. Looking for a sign. Yes. What's your day job? It's not singing, is it? No, I'm just saying.
That's what my dad used to say.
I'm just saying. Kings Beach. Look, that's where we are. Kings Beach. Yep, go boys. Go boys. Who's she? Oh, okay. Speaking about yourself in the third person. That's the first sign of madness. What's the second sign? 100%. You nailed that. Left. Left. Pedestrian crossing. Look at it all. Yeah, the roads around here are quite a bit rough for the lowered vehicles. A lot of supercars might need the nose lift accessory on their vehicle to get up some of these little bit medium-sized bumps. So we'll just cruise around the coast. It's 3 o'clock yet. Getting close, 10 to 3. Mal was saying, yep. Yes, that is, so the answer is hybrid electric vehicle. That yes answer is 4. Not a bad guess. It's beautiful up here. I wonder how long it'll take for the heaps to take all of these crazy signs down for the election. It was so yesterday. So for anyone who's been to Caloundra, we're just cruising from Kings Beach around to Moffat's Beach. A lot of old school people live around here. A lot of old school money, a lot of old school apartments that overlook the water. It's a bit, looks like the tide's up a bit. So we'll just cruise around. We'll maybe blast up the main road towards Mooloolaba, Kawana. Oh, look at go, old mate. Old mate's chucking up the hill like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. He thought he can. All right. So what you want to do to get over these speed bumps is ride up one side. So I'd go over there and just go around it. Yeah, like that. Yep. See how a lot less scraping. Old school 240 Volvo estate. Nice. That's I mean, being white's not. I don't know that's an outstanding feature.
It, it,
Why is that?
I was time for those beaches like Volvo. That's
An old white Volvo. You know what? I don't think the Volvo did a lot of older models in white. I don't think it was their colour. I've had 3 Volvos. First one was very dark green. That was a cool car. So my first Volvo I bought off of a guy who's very much into cars. I didn't pay much for it. It was going to be a shitbox rally car. I paid about $500-600 for it. Yeah, keep going straight. Yeah, keep going that way. Up Queen Street. And this thing was dark green, twin turbo, 2.8 litre twin turbo, transverse 6-cylinder engine. Automatic, 4-speed auto. The gearbox did crap itself. Towards the end of me driving it, I had it on the road for I think 6 months, but fun car, twin turbo. Front wheel drive. It had these badges on the side of a prancing moose that were done. Well, they were done to look like Ferrari badges, but instead of having prancing, we're going to turn at the next, not this right, but the next right, down past the school. I think. I know, it looks like the right way to go. And prancing moose. I remember I put a blower valve on it. I was automatic, which autos, but put a blower valve on it, twin turbo. It was pretty cool. Had a stainless steel exhaust on it when I bought it. It was so fun, that car, that it inspired me to look around at other Volvos. And then I ended up buying a 4.4 litre V8 6-speed auto all-wheel drive version of the S80 Volvo. No, what are you sorry for? You're sorry for stopping at a red light? What?
grabbing.
What foot did you use?
My right.
Oh, maybe you should go to left foot braking. There you go. Someone not concentrating. A Camry driver not concentrating on the, or was it Corolla? On the Green Arrow. Had to get tooted by the El Grande van. So that's it, big front wheel. Oh, chopper. Oh, that's it. Well, okay, so that's a night rod special. You saw one of them last night. Adam's got one of them. But that one, I don't know if we just caught that one on camera, but that one had a massive big front wheel. I don't know how many inches it is. And also ape hanger bars, which are for rock apes. I don't. Well, they're not very easy to control. For some reason, some people like to think that they're cool. Yeah, it's like smoking cigarettes is cool. So some people still think it's cool. I don't. They're not my people. People who ride Harleys with ape hanger bars, not my people. But that's okay. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. So where were we? What were we talking about? The Volvo. So yeah, I purchased the 2006 V8 all-wheel drive Volvo S80 from Perth. I flew over. I picked it up. and I had one of the best road trips coming back along across the Nullarbor. Showed Nina some photos last night. The color of that car is called Oyster Pearl Metallic, something like that. Oyster Pearl Metallic. It was this bronzy metallic pearl color. I liked that color of that car. And no should bag right. Look where we. And yeah, we just keep following this road. And on cold start, it did not sound like a Volvo. The 4.4 V8 was the basis of the 5-litre V8 that the V8 supercars use for their S60 supercar program. Bored and stroked and turned into a 5-litre V8 with a cross-plane crank, which made it sounded different to all the other V8 supercars. I actually was watching a little bit of footage yesterday of Scotty McLaughlin driving the Volvo S60 V8, and definitely sounds different. Anyway, had that car for about a year, and then sold it to a guy from Melbourne who flew up and did a road trip back to Melbourne. Yep. And since then, he's done a few bits and pieces to it to improve it. Just like every now and then. Like, I know that I received some mail. Volvo kept saying, "Oh, you've got a recall for this or that," and then I'd text him and say, "Hey, have you got the?" And they'll go, "Yeah. They sent it to me too." And I go, "Oh, cool, no worries." But he sent me photos of, so it's got a sunroof. So you can imagine that the roof is this oyster pearl metallic color, but the sunroof is black glass, tinted glass. He put a black vinyl wrap roof on. It made it look better. It kind of made the sunroof blend into the rest of the roof. And I've got this opinion that all cars look good with black roof. Like, we're in a red EOS right now. It has a black roof. Half of it's glass, and half of it is painted black aluminium. And it's all black. And I like it. I think it looks good. I think all cars look good with a black roof. Even black cars. Bonnet roof, different to the rest of the car. Is that what you're saying? So, like, the car might be red, but what color would the bonnet be? And then what color would the roof be? Oh, I thought you meant like a different color again. Oh, so you're saying the boot, the bonnet, and the roof are the same color? Oh, okay. But different to the rest of the car. Right. So if I was to put a black bonnet on this car that already has a black roof, that's what you mean?
Yes.
Right. I think some people just wrap them. I think a lot of people, maybe about 10 years ago, everyone was getting into wrapping the carbon fiber look wrap. Oh, I've done it myself. I'm not very good at wrapping. And you'd think a bonnet would be easy because it's kind of almost flat piece of metal, but air bubble central. Air bubble central. We're going to turn right up here. I believe this is back up on the main road. And we'll head back out of town. We'll head, I don't know what that's clicking. Being 3 o'clock, we were going to try and get, I'm going to see if, oh, please. Oh, hey, let's look out the front for a bit. Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad. The Mitsubishi behind us is nice, but let's get forward a bit. Yeah, hey, Veronica, thank you. My bad. Hadn't even looked at the the screen for a while. It's a beautiful day up here in Caloundra. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's not like you couldn't see the front camera. You can't. What? Oh, what do you mean you can't hear? Can nobody hear Nina? Michael is saying, he's just texted to say, have just chimed back in. FYI, we cannot hear Nina. Is that because she's not talking? All right, Nina. I can hear it. Looking at buttons. Should be able to hear it. I can. Everything's saying that she's hearing. You can
Give us
hear
the
it.
singing.
Anyone on the live chat? Can you 5x5 Nina, or can you not hear her? Otherwise, I'm having a halfway conversation. At least I can hear her next to me.
Self.
I can hear you fine. Yeah, absolutely. Now you are wearing the primary headphones plugged into port jack number 1,
Yeah.
which is normally my one. Nina needs a mic. She's got a mic.
Is that
Well, it's definitely better. I just moved the mic just like more around closer to her mouth. Maybe that's it. So, so when Michael says you can't hear it, do you mean literally you cannot hear because there might be a setting, or you're saying she's faint? Needs a bit more volume. We need to be a bit more accurate with our descriptions, otherwise we don't know what you mean. Nina's definitely got a mic. So it was the mic I was using last night. I haven't changed the settings for it. Like it sounds. So well, I don't know. Depends what our viewers say. I have no idea. Not hearing her lovely voice, says Veronica. Actually, I think talk Nina. Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah, I don't. Why is that not? I've turned your volume up on the roadcaster. So, I said that sounds crap. It is better, but it means people can't hear you. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. You are, but no, but when you talk in the mixer, so well, you need. No, it's not. No, it's not working. No, they're wrong. I don't know why that is. So if I do that, she's got no mic at all. Yeah, you're back. That's me. I don't know. I'm definitely not looking out the windscreen. Um, keep talking, Nina. I have no idea why you are not coming through. Yeah, but I can see that you are not coming through. No. Yes, please. Usually it means that one of the indicator. I don't know why that's open. Yeah, that one of the indicator bulbs is blown. And look, his number plate is blown 99. That is weird because I don't know why you're like I can hear you through the mixer, but for some reason we'll get onto it though. And I don't know where that crackling's coming from. But I don't like it. Just enjoy some driving while I try and work out why her mic isn't working. I'm going to put it on. I don't like the crackling, that's for sure. Okay, I'm using your. Okay, I'm now using the mic Nina was using, and she sounds like. No idea. Can you hear me okay? Veronica, do I sound like I'm in the next suburb? I tell you what, I can hear myself on the mixer background. I don't know why it doesn't. You know what it is? It's a male set of headphones and microphone. We tone out. We can't understand or hear female tones.
100%.
So I'll wait until I hear from Michael. But what I'm seeing in the audio mixer is that when I talk, it's working. When you talk, there's nothing. No, it's nothing now. Oh, yeah, no. Another thing is static. I can't work out where it's coming from. Live. There, 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 there. Oh, we're on the chevrons. Okay, so the chevrons. I think it's this headset for some reason. No, there's a lot of crackling. It's like non-stop crackling. Oh, Mustang. Can you tell? With the Mustang sticker on it.
Yes, they did say.
I don't know why my window up. I think the wind. I think that was the wind.
It's crackling.
Yeah. Stop crackling now. I know you can't hear it. Cannot hear Nina at all. No. Still only your male monotones. The 3 second rule chevron. 3 second. I believe it's 2 seconds in the dry, 3 in the wet. Obviously the chevrons don't change. Is that it? The chevrons are gone. Okay. I know you can't hear inside like your ears. But can you do what you did last night? Hardly. That's better. Yes. Yeah, that sounds all right. We're just gonna. I don't know why. Again, we've swapped audio visual. Everyone can hear me, but no one can hear you. So it's not the equipment. It's you.
I think it changed anything. All driving.
I don't know. I can hear myself really well, and I know that the audio mixer is capturing myself awesome. I'm going to put it back on you. Okay, here we go. Right, so that I got this. You want to fix yourself up and put that microphone right in front of your mouth. It's better. No, that's better. Where'd you put my one? Oh, thank you. All right. I think mine's working all right too. I think we should be all right now. No, you're not. No.
It's not working. What if I really get loud with it? Is that doing anything?
You just need to actually speak up.
Okay.
Uh, yes, definitely slow traffic in the. This is a 110 lane and we're doing 92. Seriously, traffic. There we go. I don't mind following the chimney. I do like the chimney. That's your number plate, jokes. So speak up. Yeah, that cough worked. Yeah, but your nice didn't.
So yeah, very nice. I'm pretty sure it's a sign that we have any. It's meant to be. On tailgate.
So at 110, I'm pretty sure it's 2 seconds between every second chevron. Yeah, so you're supposed to keep 2 chevrons apart.
Yep.
Now, I don't think the signs go into the signs behind it, but it'll say be 2 chevrons apart. So maybe each chevron is, however, whatever the distance that you travel in 1 second at 110 kilometers an hour would equal, let's just say it's 50 meters, like. And so therefore you'd have a chevron 50 meters and then another one 100 meters. And therefore the distance between the car in front of you and the car in front of you would be 100 meters. Yeah, that's what the chevrons do. Was I talking to you, Veronica, in regards to, can't remember what I said now, but I am talking to you if you're listening in regards to, can you hear Nina now? Well, not now, she stopped talking. Yeah, see, we talk about ladies, women, and multitasking. Yeah, no, I can't hear you. Yeah, you really need to speak louder. No, there's nothing there. You're literally not. No, there's no. I don't know that your head's big enough to get the microphone. It's not working. No. Yeah, but just no. Why not? See, just you saying that would be distracting was good.
Okay, so distracting. Not so much everything else.
That's correct.
I can't just say one word.
Just say one word came through. The whole time didn't come through.
Fine.
It's frustrating, eh?
So it's the initial words that I say.
So I've got. So I'm coming out up at. Blowing dust off the fire. So the decibels, like I'm coming up to -20. That's not coming through. Yeah, I'm just normal. Yeah, but when I wear them, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's your voice.
It's me.
Mate, it's Nina's voice. Nina's voice isn't built for radio.
Sorry.
I don't know.
I just took the thing. Right.
I know. Yes.
Maybe I'll just try. That feels like it's adjusted better to my digital.
So tell Veronica a story. Yeah, because Veronica wants to hear your voice, not mine. She didn't hear it enough last night. A car story, obviously, it's a car channel. Oh, bike, it's a motoring channel, so bikes, you go for a bike story.
be short.
No.
So, as I said earlier, I would big. Whether it's rain or not, it's it will be coming. And I would say that I'm pretty confident either I've been writing for years now. It just happened to be a rainy day, and I don't particularly like rainy days.
Who likes riding in the rain?
Yeah.
Less than the less people than do.
Some freezing, it's difficult bike. And as I said earlier as well, I ride a cruiser, so it's very low to the ground because I'm quite short. I find it difficult to find any sports bikes that touch the ground with confidently. But when I went for my big bike license, it was obviously part of its hassle. And I had got my loaners from the same license place. So they knew me, they just happened to have a bike that was short enough for me to get onto it. Yeah, went and got my big bike license for a rain. On a sports bike, and it was probably the best ride I've ever had with all of those experiences. How was that?
You asking me or asking Veronica? I'll let you know a few answers.
Does Veronica have movement bike? Do you have movement bike license as well?
We know our hubby does because he's got the Harley. Beautiful Harleys. It's my favourite. Not Rod Special. It's my favourite Harley. When I say favourite Harley, it's almost the only one. Yeah. Not with the big crazy 30-inch front wheels, whatever the hell that was in the Apex. That's not. Just getting a text message from another car enthusiast too. Having some brake issues.
I think it's fun.
No, in Gold Coast. So we're close by.